check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Schnebly Hill is an 11-mile trail that connects Highway 17 from the east to Wagon Trailhead in the west towards Sedona. It's rated as an easy 4x4 trail and is suited for any high-clearance SUV or truck with appropriate tires. I drove the previous day from the San Francisco Bay Area all the way to Flagstaff, Arizona, so that I could set up Basecamp the following morning before my sister and cousin got into town. The plan was to have our Schnebly Hill base camp for the next couple of days while we make our way down every morning into Sedona and explore a couple of hikes that my cousin Desiree had planned for us. Since I started the trail at higher elevation from Highway 17, I was surprised to be surrounded by the Coconino National Forest with its ponderosa pine and red dirt roads. It was a great start to the trail, and I was anticipating some great views to set up camp, and I knew I wasn't going to be disappointed. And the area we're headed to is part of the Verde Valley, which has been home to the Hopi, Sinawa, Yavapai, and Apache people. So the reason why I'm on this trip here to Sedona was my sister and my cousin, they actually are, I think now they flew into to Phoenix, and that was their original plan, to fly out here and do some hikes. But I asked, like, hey, since you're out there, can I join you guys? Can I drive over to the Jeep and like do some camping, do some overlanding while we're here? And they said yeah. So like I drove last night. Well, yesterday, like during the day, it was like probably, I don't know, I was on the road for like, I don't know, I think probably like 11 hours. Camped last night, somewhere along the 40. Went on one of the forest roads off of the 40. Just slept there, slept in the Jeep, and woke up and then went down went to Flagstaff, and then down to 17 up to the top of Schnebly Hill Road, and went down here. It's a very, very beautiful trail. A lot of red dirt roads. All these trees over here. It's amazing. Although there was one, I would say like rock garden, that was kind of bumpy. It wasn't terrible or anything. Just take it nice and easy, but I'm just really glad that I'm out here today. After setting up the tent and taking a quick nap, it was about time I made my way down the hill and towards Sedona so that I could finally meet up with Roxanne and Desiree. I realized pretty soon that even though Schnebly Hill is rated as an easy 4x4 trail, it's still pretty rocky in a lot of areas, and I wouldn't be able to go down the hill at a decent amount of speed. I was starting to rethink if setting up camp here was a good idea for the type of hiking trip we had planned in and around the Sedona area. So, did we eventually have to relocate? I'll answer that question in a bit. We're coming down towards the gate next to Merry-Go-Round Rock. What some people may not know is that this trail does close seasonally in the wintertime because of snow. Sedona is known for their pink Jeep tours, and sure enough, I was able to find a tour group ahead of me. I thought now would be a good time to take a little break and take in more of the scenery. I was able to make my way near the end of the trail, and as you can see with this mini traffic jam, you'll know you're near the end because it starts to get a little congested. After it took about an hour and 15 minutes going down one way, it didn't make sense keeping our camp spot up a rocky hill and really out of the way of where the rest of the group wanted to go hiking. Having to make multiple trips up and down Schnebly Hill for the remainder of our stay didn't seem very feasible. It also didn't help that the evening back was so windy it took us a lot longer to get dinner ready, and we ended up calling it a night pretty quickly. The next morning brought us in better spirits, and we eventually were able to figure out a more central place to stay closer to town. Now, don't get me wrong, our camp spot was one of the most beautiful and epic spots I've ever camped in. But for all the places we wanted to check out around Sedona, it made more sense for us to relocate. But if our itinerary called for staying in one spot, well, this would have been it. And with smiles on our faces, we packed up our gear and continued on to a hiking adventure in Boynton Canyon. A big thank you to Adelina for getting the word out for my YouTube channel. For all my new subscribers, thank you for following along and helping me reach my goal of 100 subscribers within the first 30 days. Thanks to you, youtube.com/HellaAdventures is now live. For those new to the channel, if you enjoy content like this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you on the next one where I take on Broken Arrow Trail. It's gonna be a butt clencher.